Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn the Unit 1 poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. It is a memory poem. This poem, which is written by Robert Frost, he is a lover of nature. He admires the beauty of the nature. He enjoys the beauty of the nature. So the poet is called as lover of nature, Robert Frost. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Woods means forest, snowy evening. Let us not. Why does this poet stop? Where does the poet stop? When does the poet stop? How long does the poet stop in the evening session? Evening session during the winter season. Which season is mentioned? Winter season is mentioned. Which session is mentioned? Evening session is mentioned. Let us learn before going to learn the four stanzas meaning. This poem has a four stanzas, children. Each stanza has a four lines of the verses. It is a memory poem. You just understand the meaning of the poem lines to learn the poem. Understand, children? Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Snowy evening. Listen carefully. The first stanza, woods meaning, what is the meaning, children? First stanza, woods meaning forest. And the next one, watch meaning, watch. First stanza, you just know the meaning of the words. First stanza, woods meaning forest, watch. Watch meaning see or notice, see or notice or observe. Second stanza, meaning of the words, far. Far means strange. And the next one, farmhouse. Farmhouse means the house where the farmers live. The house where the farmer lives. And the next one, frozen. Freeze, past participle, frozen in an ice form. Third stanza, meaning of the words. Third stanza. First word, harness. Straps, 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 and fitting by which a horse is fastened to a cart. Understand the now? Harness, straps and fitting by which the horse is fastened to a cart. And the next one, flake. Next word, flake. Flake meaning snowflakes. Snowflakes are small pieces of ice. Next, third stanza, fourth stanza. Fourth stanza meaning lovely. Fourth stanza, lovely, beautiful, and the next one, deep, dark, Dark and strong. Dark and strong. Promises. In this poem, the word remains the dark and deep. Dark and deep. Understand? The woods are lovely. The woods are beautiful and dark due to evening. Understand? The night view. Due to evening, the wood is filled with the darkness. Understand? Arakana? Deep dark. And the next one is the deepest forest. And the next one, promises. Promises. Deep means strong, also correct. Strong. Promises. Promises. Duties to perform. Duties to perform. And the next one, last stanza, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Before I sleep, before the bed, before I sleep, before I sleep, before the poet goes to bed. Before, first line, last stanza, third line of the verse, and miles to go before I sleep, meaning before the poet goes to bed. And the last stanza, fourth line, before I sleep, meaning the poet's last breath, before his death. Understand, children? Do you all understand? This poem has a 4 stanza. Each stanza has a 4 lines of the verses. And the next one, the woods are lovely, dark and deep. Lovely, beautiful, deep, strong. Understand? Deep, too strong. The area is filled with the darkness, deepest forest. And the next one, promises, duties to perform. Before I sleep, before the wife goes to bed, before I sleep, before his last breath, the wife's last breath. Understand, children? Let us learn the theme of the poem. Listen carefully, yes.
First question, have you ever traveled through a forest? How did you feel? Second question, did you have any time to stop and enjoy the beauty of the forest? You are asked to share your traveling experience through the forest. Have you ever traveled through a forest? Yeah, few of them have traveled through the forest. Many of them haven't traveled through the forest. While traveling through the forest, sometimes we had a feeling of afraid because you are a children. Sometimes we had a feeling of happy on seeing the atmosphere. Yeah, according to the persons, the answers should be different. Yeah, journey into the forest is the most interesting thing. Many of them enjoy to admire the beauty of the nature. Journey into the forest is the most interesting thing, most interesting experience. When we enter the forest, the sky is almost invisible. Yeah, we happen to see the forest in the dark. We could not see the birds, but we happen to hear the sound of the birds and the insects. But we know their presence. Next question, children, listen carefully. How did you feel? Yeah, many of them enjoy the beauty of the nature. Many of them wishes to enjoy the beauty of the nature. At the same time, they have a feeling of fear. Yeah, while traveling through the forest, sometimes we had a feeling of afraid because you are a children. Understood, children? Next question, listen carefully. Did you have any time to stop and enjoy the beauty of the forest? Yeah. Really, children, I could not get the right answer because according to the person, the answer should be different. In your age group, children, most of them never and ever enter the forest. Is it correct, children? Few of them have a journey into the forest without fear to admire the beauty of the forest, to admire the beauty of the forest. Yeah, is it correct, children? Anyhow, you have to share your experience with your family members. Let us go to learn the poem. The poem has a 4 stanza. Each stanza has a 4 lines. Each stanza has a 4 lines of the verse. Let us learn the first stanza, children. Listen carefully, dears. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Have you all understood how to read the first stanza of the 4 lines of the verse, children? There is a one mere correction in your material. In the first stanza, second line end. Through is there, you have to change through instead of though, though. Let us learn the meaning of the words in the first stanza. Listen carefully, children. First word, woods. Woods meaning particular area of the land is covered with trees. Particular area of the land is covered with trees. Yeah, forest. And the next word, though. Though meaning but. Though meaning but. B-U-T, but. B-U-T, but. Watch. See or notice. See or notice. S-E-E-C or notice. Let us learn the theme of the poem, children. Listen carefully. Let us learn the theme of the first stanza. Listen carefully, children. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Whom does I refer? I refers to the poet Robert Frost. Whom does he refer? He refers to the owner of the woods. Owner of the woods. Listen. The poet is on his horse. He is the master of the horse. Yeah, he is the rider of the horse. He is the rider. He is the rider. He stops his horse very close to the woods. He knows, the poet knows whose woods they are. The poet knows very well whose woods they are. The owner of the woods lives nearby village. Yeah, he is a villager. He is a villager. He lives nearby village. He stops his house to see the woods fill up with snow. Yeah, the poet stops his house to see the woods fill up with snow. The owner of the woods does not see the poet when he stands in the woods. Who does not see whom? The owner of the woods does not see the poet when he is standing in the mid of the wood. When he is standing in the mid of the wood. Yeah, the poet knows the owner of the house, and also he is fond of watching the woods fill up with snow. Who is fond of watching the woods fill up with snow? The poet is fond of watching the woods fill up with snow. The owner of the wood is not aware of the rider. Poet. Rider means poet. Traveling into his woods. Have you all understood, children? Once again, I have to give a brief explanation. Once the poet happens to travel through the dense woods on his horse. It was a cold evening. The cold evening with heavy snowfall atmosphere. The woods atmosphere. Listen carefully. On seeing the pleasant atmosphere, the poet suddenly, without his knowledge, he has stopped his horse to admire the beauty of the woods being covered with snow. He was attracted by the deep dark silence of the surroundings. Therefore, he continues watching the beauty of the snow-covered forest. Have you all understood the theme of the first stanza, children? I have to ask the question from the first stanza. Listen carefully. Whom does I refer? I refers to the poet. Where does the owner of the house live? The owner of the house lives nearby village. He is a villager. Who knows who's residential? Yeah, the poet Robert Frost knows the owner of the woods residential. Next question. Does the owner of the wood see the poet? In do you see the poet when he is standing in the mid of the forest with his horse? No, the owner of the wood does not see the poet. The owner of the wood does not see the poet when he is standing in the mid of his forest with his horse. With his horse. Listen carefully. Next question. Why does the poet stop his horse? Yeah, the poet wants to enjoy the beauty of the nature. Enjoy the beauty of the nature. Beauty of the wood. Beauty of the woods being covered with snow. Being covered with snow. Who is the rider? The poet is the rider. Have you all understood, children? Have you all understood the first stanza theme? Let us go to learn the next stanza. Listen carefully, dears. My little horse must think it square. My little horse must think it square to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and the frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. The darkest evening of the year. Have you all understood how to read the second stanza of the 4 lines, children? Let us learn the meaning of the words in the second stanza. Listen carefully, children. Quare, quare meaning strange. Quare meaning strange. Farmhouse, the house where a farmer lives. Farmhouse, the house where a farmer lives. Frozen, frozen in an ice form. The water in the lake in frozen. The water in the lake in frozen. And the next word, listen carefully. Darkest evening. As it is winter darkness has descended early in the evening. As it is winter darkness has descended early in the evening. Have you all understood the meaning of the words in the second stanza? Let us learn the theme of the second stanza. Listen carefully, children. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and the frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Whose horse is referred? My little horse means the poet's horse. It refers to the poet's horse. Yeah, his horse is very dear to the poet. The poet's horse is very dear to the poet. The poet says that his dear horse must have a strange thoughts, because the poet has stopped his horse without any farmhouse near. Yeah, the horse rider has stopped his horse without any reason. Probably the poet stops his horse in the farmhouse. But on the day the poet has stopped his horse between the woods and the frozen lake in the darkest evening. During the winter season. Once again, I have to give a brief explanation about this stanza. Listen carefully, children. And the poet and his horse stand in the mid of the woods. The poet and his horse stand in the mid of the woods. There, one side there are dark woods. One side there are dark woods, and another one side there is a frozen lake. It is a winter season. In the evening session. During the winter season, the darkness comes earlier. Probably the darkness comes earlier. So the woods are dark. Yeah, the cold is enough to freeze the lake. During the winter season, the cold is enough to freeze the lake. Have you all understood, children? They are standing in the woods in the darkest evening of the year. They are not being noticed by the owner of the woods. Have you all understood the theme of the second stanza, children? I have to ask the questions from the second stanza. You try to answer to the questions by yourself. I have to say the question with answer. Listen carefully, children. What does his horse have a thoughts? Yeah, the poet's horse have a strange thoughts. According to the poet, what does his horse think? Yeah, the poet says, according to the poet, his horse has a strange opinion of standing between the frozen lake and the woods. Where are they standing? The poet and his horse are standing between the woods and the frozen lake in the mid of the woods. Yeah, the poet stopped his journey. The poet has stopped his journey for admiring the beauty of the woods being covered with the snow. And the next question, listen carefully. When are they standing in the woods? When are they standing? It's a timing is very important, children. Yeah, they are standing in the woods in the late evening during the winter season of the year. During the winter season of the year. Have you all understood the meaning of the theme of this stanza, children? Let us go to learn the next stanza. Listen carefully, dears. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. In this stanza, there is a mere correction, children. You have to rectify the mistake. Listen carefully. Sound, S-O-U-N-D apostrophe S. Sound is apostrophe S. Apostrophe S is missed in your material. You try to change the right answer. Listen carefully, children. He gives his harness bells a shake. Let us learn the meaning of the words in the third stanza. Listen carefully. Harness, straps and fitting by which a horse is fastened to a cart or carriage. Straps and fittings by which a horse is fastened to a cart or carriage. Next word, whom does he refer? He refers to the poet's horse. Yeah, gives a shake, moves the bells slightly. Gives a shake, yes, shake, moves the bell slightly. Whose bell? The poet's horse bell. The poet's horse bell. Listen carefully, children. By itself. And the next one, sounds, S-O-U-N-D apostrophe S. Sound is, how to pronounce the word? Sound is only other sounds except the jingling of the bells, except the jingling of the bells. And the next one, easy wind, gentle breeze. Easy wind, gentle breeze. And the next word, downy, feather like. And the next word, flake. Here snowflakes, small pieces of ice. Have you all understood the meaning of the words in this stanza, children? Now we are going to learn the theme of this stanza. Listen carefully, children. It's a very interesting stanza. Listen carefully. In this stanza, which highlights the beautiful communication between the poet and his dear horse. Whom does he refer? He refers to his poet's dear horse. According to the poet, his horse thinks itself. His horse thinks itself. The rider has stopped him in the mid of the woods by mistake. Yeah, it has a five sense. Whether the horse has a strange thoughts or not, nobody knows. But the poet thinks himself. His horse definitely has a strange thoughts because without any farmhouse, he has stopped his horse in the mid of the wood. Understood, children? And the next one, yeah, according to the poet, his dear horse thinks itself that the rider has stopped him in the mid of the woods by mistake, and also his horse thinks that the rider has stopped him in the woods due to absented mind. The poet has many thoughts after stopping his horse in the mid of the woods, admiring the beauty of the woods. The poet, on seeing his horse, the poet thinks himself his horse also has strange thoughts about of standing between the woods. Have you all understood, children? Yeah, his horse. According to the poet, his horse thinks itself. The rider has stopped him in the mid of the woods due to absented mind. Yeah, the poet has forgotten to stop his horse without any reason near the farmhouse. Without any farmhouse near. Have you all understood the meaning, children? It was this poet's imagination. Yeah, the poet says that his dear horse is curious to ask the reason for standing in the woods by shaking his bell. Have you all understood, children? How does the poet's horse ask the poet if there is any mistake? Yeah, the poet's horse shake his head. While shaking, the bells in the harness jingle. Bells in the harness jingle. Yeah, bells in the harness make a sound. Usually animals shake his head. While shaking his head, what happened? The bells in the harness are jingling. Isn't it or not, children? But the poet has a imagination. The poet has the imagination of standing between the woods. Not only he admires the beauty of the woods being covered with the snow, and he's going to observe his horse attitude also. Normally, probably animals shake his head. While shaking, what happens as a result of shaking? The harness in the bells is jingling. But the poet says that my little horse wants to know the reason for standing in the woods in the late evening of the year during the winter season. By shaking his bell, yeah, there is a beautiful communication between the poet's imagination. The poet imagines himself, has imagination himself. Yeah, there is a beautiful communication between the poet and his horse. Dear horse, have you all understood, children? The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Yeah, it is a peaceful wood. Except the jingling of the bells. There is no sounds. The horse gives a bell sound in order to get his master attention. The poet's imagination. Listen carefully, children. It's too interesting, Yeah, the poet's horse gives a bell sound in order to get his master attention. Yeah, and also the poet happens to hear the soft sound of the gentle breeze. The poet happens to hear the soft sounds of the gentle breeze and falling of the snowflake in the wood. Have you all understood, children? The poet wants to enjoy the beauty of the snow, Not only the poet enjoys the beauty of the snow, so he happens to hear the falling sound of the beautiful sound of the soft sound of the gentle breeze and falling of the snowflake. Have you all understood, children? It is a peaceful wood. Once again, I have to give a brief explanation of this stanza. Listen carefully, children. The poet's horse is shaking his head by ringing the bell attached to his harness. Have you all understood, children? The poet's horse is shaking his bell by ringing the bell attached to its harness. There are only three sounds: the sound of the harness, and light sound of the soft sound of the wind, and the falling of the snowflake. Have you all understood the theme of this stanza, children? On the last stanza of the poem, listen carefully, children. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, Before going to learn the theme of the last stanza, let us learn the meaning of the words in the last stanza. Listen carefully, children. Very first word, lovely, beautiful. Deep, strong and dark. Promises, duties to perform. To keep, to fulfill. Till now, we have learned the first two lines of the word's meaning. Now we are going to learn the third and fourth verses of the word's meaning. Listen carefully. Miles to go. Here, according to the poem, here miles to go meaning it is not refers to the distance. Here the poet has to achieve a lot. What is the meaning, children? And miles to go meaning the poet has to achieve a lot. And the next one, before I sleep. Third line, before I sleep meaning before the poet goes to bed. And fourth line of the words, and miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go meaning the poet has to achieve a lot. And the next one, before I sleep. Fourth line also, before I sleep words are there, children. Before I sleep meaning before the poet sleeps in death. Yeah, before the poet's last breath. Have you all understood the meaning of the words in the stanza, children? Last stanza, which highlights the beauty of the woods and the poet's responsibility. The poet says that the woods are beautiful and they are lovely, dark and deep on the snowy evening of the year during the winter season. At the same time, the poet cannot enjoy the beauty of the nature for a long time. By the means, the poet cannot stop his journey in the woods any longer. He wants to continue his journey because he has a lot of responsibilities. Who has a lot of responsibilities? The poet has a lot of responsibility. The poet wants to keep his promise and also he wants to fulfill his responsibilities. He wants to carry out his responsibilities. The poet wants to achieve his goals before going to sleep. Before going to sleep. Next one. By the means, the poet cannot stand there even though the wood is beautiful. The poet he was a lover of nature. Lover of nature. He admires the beauty of the nature. Without his knowledge, he stopped his horse to admire the beauty of the wood. Woods. While admiring the beauty of the wood, his responsibilities are flashed in his mind. So the poet proceeds his journey to achieve his goal before going to bed. Listen carefully, children. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Before his last breath means before his death, the poet has to travel miles and miles. By the means, the poet wants to carry out his responsibility and also he wants to achieve lot of goals. Have you all understood, children? Really? Last stanza highlights life is a journey. The life of the journey, we have many responsibilities. Sometimes we move away from the responsibilities. We have to continue our life to carry out the responsibilities and achieve the goals because we are the goal setters. Have you all understood, children? Again, I have to explain the last stanza. Question with answer. Listen carefully, children. How are the woods? The woods are lovely, dark and deep. Who wants to keep promises? The poet wants to keep his promises before going to death, before his last breath, before going to death or before his last breath. Does the poet stand the woods for a long time? No, the poet does not stand the woods for a long time during the winter season. And the next one, why does the poet take a strong decision to leave from the woods? The poet has a lot of responsibility and he wants to achieve goals. He wants to achieve a lot of goals. He is a goal setter. He should continue his journey and fulfill the tasks. That is the reason the poet takes a strong decision to leave from the woods. Even though he was a lover of nature, he had a strong decision to leave from the beautiful forest to go ahead his success, go ahead his journey. Have you all understood the theme of the stanza, children? Let us learn the next one. Listen carefully, dears. We are going to learn the next one. Once again, I have to read the poem. You have to pay the attention to listen carefully, children. First stanza. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. 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 He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. In the second stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Let us go to the next stanza. He gives his harness bells a shake. To ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Let us go to learn the next stanza. Listen carefully, children. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. Have you all understood how to read the poem, children? Let us go to learn the next one. Author's introduction. About the author, Robert Frost, 1874 to 1968. was an American poet noted for his realistic descriptions of rural life. Born on March 26, 1874, he spent his first 40 years as an unknown entity. He received 4 Blitzer Prizes for poetry and was a special guest at President John F. Kennedy's inauguration. Frost became a poetic force and the unofficial poet laureate of the United States. Some of his famous works are The Road Not Taken, West Running Brook, Mending Wall, After Apple Picking, etc. Let us learn the theme about the author's introduction. Listen carefully, children. Robert Frost was a celebrated American poet. Robert Frost was born in Robert Frost 1874 to 1968. Was an American poet. Yeah, he was an American poet. He was celebrated American poet. Robert Frost was born in 1874. He died on January 29, 1968. He died on January 29, 1968. An American poet noted for his realistic descriptions of rural life. By the means, his works especially indicates the practical descriptions of the village life. His works especially indicates the practical descriptions of the village life, rural life. He was, next line, born on March 26, 1874. Yeah, he was born on March 26, 1874. He spent his first 40 years as an unknown entity. Yeah, in his life, first 40 years, he was an unknown poet in USA. By the means, he was not popular in English literature in USA. Have you all understood, children? American literature. And the next point, he received 4 Blitzer Prizes for poetry and was a special guest at President John Kennedy's inauguration. By the means, he was honored during his lifetime. Yeah, few of them were honored after the death, but Robert Frost was honored during his lifetime because he is the only poet to receive the 4 Blitzers among many awards for his poetry or his poetic works. Have you all understood, children? Yeah, Robert Frost was a special guest of John F. Kennedy's inauguration. Next point, listen carefully, children. Frost became a poetic force and the unofficial poet laureate of the United States. Yeah, Robert Frost became a poetic force and unofficial poet laureate in USA. And the next one, some of his famous works means he wrote many poems. His famous poems are The Road Not Taken, West Running Brook, Mending Wall, After Apple Picking, etc. Have you all understood the theme about the author's introduction, children? Let us go to learn the next one. Listen carefully. I'm going to tell the interesting thing about this poem. Listen carefully. Do you all know Jawaharlal Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru? He was a former Prime Minister of India. Yeah. He wrote he enjoyed learning the Robert Frost poems. He wrote the last 2 lines of the poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Last two lines of the poem. And miles to go before I sleep, Understood, children? He wrote last 2 lines of the poem, and miles to go before I sleep, before I sleep, in block letters in paper, that placed it on his desk. Placed it on his desk because he thought himself on reading these lines. He reminded his responsibility. Have you all understood, children? Let us go to learn the next one. Listen carefully. Once again, I have to explain the worksheet. Listen carefully, children. Read the full poem. First Roman. Second Roman. Answer the following questions in a sentence or 2. First question. 2 lines are given. Poem lines are given. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Whom does he refer? Whom does he refer? He refers to the owner of the woods. He refers to owner of the woods. Owner of the woods is a villager. He lives his residential nearby village. And the next one, identify the season with these lines. Which season is referred? Winter season is referred. And the next one, my little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Who is the speaker? Who is the speaker? The poet is the speaker. And the next question, why should the horse think it queer? Yeah, there is no farmhouse near and it is night time also. The woods are dark, but the rider has stopped the horse in the mid of the wood. And the next one, pick out the rhyming words. Queer and near. Next question, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. Whom does he refer to in this line? He refers to the horse. Next question, why does he gives his harness bells a shake? Yeah, he shakes the harness bells, yeah, as if he is asking the poet. Yeah, the horse is asking the poet whether there was any mistake in stopping at a wrong place. And the next question, how does the horse communicate with the people? People are poet, animals usually. Yeah, how does the horse communicate with the poet? Yeah, the horse communicates with the poet by shaking his harness bells as if he is asking the poet whether there was any mistakes in his stopping at the woods in a wrong place. And the next question, fourth one, listen. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. How are the woods? The woods are lovely, dark and deep. Means dense forest. It is a dense forest. And the next one, whom does I refer? I refers to the poet. What are the promises the speaker is talking about? Yeah, duties and responsibilities in his life are referred in this line. Yeah, the speaker is talking about his duties and responsibilities are referred in this poem. Let us learn the next question. Listen. And miles to go before I sleep. Why has the poet repeated the last line? Listen carefully. Yeah, the poet repeats the last line because the duties for that day and duties for throughout the life already I have taught while teaching the poem. Yeah, one line, and miles to go before I sleep. First line refers to the duties of the day, on the day duty, and the next line, and miles to go before I sleep, meaning throughout his life duty. Have you all understood, children? Explain miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go refer means leading the rest of his life until his death. Have you all understood, children? Additional literary appreciation questions. Listen. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village though. Who is the speaker in the poem? The poet is the speaker in the poem. What does I refers? What does I refer to? Not I refer. There is one mistake. Change it. I refer to. Yeah, the poet Robert Frost. I refers to the poet Robert Frost. To whom does the woods belong to? Yeah, the woods belongs to the villager. Next one, where is his house? Yeah, the villager, the owner of the woods house is nearby village. And the next one, listen. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. What does he refer to? He refers to the owner of the wood. Where did the poet stop? Yeah, the poet stopped his horse in the wood. Why did the poet stop in the woods? Yeah, the poet stopped his journey in the woods for admiring the beauty of the woods being covered with snow, because it is a winter season. What is the season mentioned here? Winter season is mentioned in the poem. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and a frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. First question, did the horse think it queer? Yeah, the horse thought it queer. What is mean by queer? Queer meaning strange. What did it think it queer? Yeah, The horse communicates with his master rider by shaking his harness bell. The poet stopped his dear horse in a wrong place. And the next one, without any farmhouse near. How was the lake? The lake was frozen. Why was the lake frozen? Yeah, due to winter season, the lake was frozen. How was the evening? It was the darkest evening of the year. During the winter season. Fourth question. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. What does he refer to here? He refers to the poet's horse. How did the horse react? Yeah, the horse reacted by shaking his harness bells. Why did it do so? Yeah, the horse wanted to communicate with his master by shaking his harness bell. And the next question, the only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Name the sounds mentioned in the above lines. Yeah, the poet happens to hear the sounds of the harness bell and falling sound of the snow. And the next one, and the soft sound of the wind. And the next one, what does downy flake meaning? It's a very easy question. What is mean by downy flake meaning feather like small pieces of ice. And the next one, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to go and miles to go before I sleep. How are the woods? The woods were lovely, dark and deep. What are the promise that the poet has to keep up? Yeah, the poet has a lot of responsibilities and duties to keep up before his last breath. And the next one, and the poet wants to complete his today's responsibilities and duties also, as well as the poet wants to complete his responsibility in his life journey also. Did the poet continue to stay in the woods? No, the poet did not continue to stay in the woods. And the next one, and miles to go before I sleep. What does it mean? Yeah, the poet has a lot of responsibilities in his life and today's also. He wants to travel his life journey to carry out his responsibility to go ahead his success. Have you all understood the theme of the poem, children? Thank you.